morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching or listening to this, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Bell, proudly sponsored by Chaps Boxing Store, and is in association with the British and Irish Boxing Authority. As my other, we're joined this week by Matt. Hi, Matt. How you doing, mate?
How's it going, mate? You all right? Sorry, I'm in bed today, guys. I'm resting.
And we'll get to why you're rested in a minute. So, Saturday night was the Yarde fight.
Yeah.
We went-ish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was quite eventful, to say the least.
Yeah. So, before we get into the fight, so we just explain the nightmare we went through that day.
Right. So, I entered a competition on Monday, and I won 2 tickets for the Yarde and the Yarde fight. And so I rung around, see who fancied it, and obviously our very own Lee was well up for it. So we went down to Wembley, right? So it was an absolute nightmare of a journey because Wembley Park was closed as they were doing rail works over the weekend. And so we had an absolute nightmare getting there. That's taking it quite lightly, to be fair. But the night didn't even get any better, to be fair. So we got there. We got there bang on for the first fight. Went into Box Park, had a hot dog. Smokey's boys beat a barbecue. Must go there, guys. That is unreal. I'm real food. And headed into the arena. So we got to pick up our tickets. The one and only Ben Davison was standing there, so we took the advantage of having a quick picture with him, had a little chat with him, and then off we went into the venue. So we went into the venue, didn't even know what time Anthony Yarde was walking out. So obviously with the rail replacements and everything else, it was a bit more difficult on the way home. So Lee looked up what time he was walking out, and it was 10:30. Now, if it went past 6 rounds, we was not getting home for sure. And so we come out of Wembley Park. The rail replacement buses have stopped. So there's a black cab. So I called the black cab and how much to Paddington, mate? Because where we live is just outside of London. So you went 20, 30 quid. So it was all right. Yeah, no, we'll take it. So we hit a traffic jam, didn't we? And it wasn't £30. It was £52.
A £22 traffic jam.
It was a £22 traffic jam. Yeah. So we got to Paddington, onto the Elizabeth line to Abbeywood Station, and we got there. We waited for the other train home, and there was a delay. There was some kind of emergency on the train at Plumstead, so we couldn't get there. So anyone that knows me knows I can't walk very far, hence why I'm in bed now. So we had to, the amount of walking I've done, and then I had to get out of Abbey Wood, up the stairs, across the road to the bus stop, and then it was another 15 minute walk on the other side. It was an absolute nightmare. So we spent nearly the best part of £100 between us on a hot dog, basically.
It was a nice hot dog.
It was a very good hot dog. So it was a nightmare, but we got home for the fight.
So it was just one of those days that what could go wrong went wrong.
So thank you to TFL London.
Yeah,
we appreciate you on absolutely ballsing our night up. But yeah, it was an experience, and I'm not bringing Lee out again because he's bad luck. So yeah.
But before we get into the fight, because like we said on an earlier cast with my interview, I'm all into the production side of things, and like I said to you the night, seeing what I saw of the Queensbury show, I can tell why Matchroom gets its reputation of being the best experience for a fight, because you could just tell the difference. If compared to a Matchroom production, to what a Queensbury production looked like from being inside the arena, it was miles apart.
To be honest, Matchroom have a longer walkout. But someone that I've been to a lot of shows, I would say it was about on par. Really?
But it was silly stuff like, and I know sounds really stupid and technical, but like when they put the video feed above the ring, shaky cameras and stuff like that.
It happened.
I know it happened, but I'm just saying on a production level, that's sort of where, and that's, as I said before, that's the type of thing I like to see as well.
Just put in there, Sean Noakes, salute you, brother. What a knockout.
Yeah.
What a knockout. Thank God the man's okay. But yeah, Sean Noakes, I salute you.
Right, and now going into the fight, the Yarde fight. Obviously, you're friends with Tunde as well, so he's rooting for Yarde to win. And he started off okay, didn't he?
He was boxing really well, to be fair. He turned a lot of heads. People underestimated him. It was just a good shot at the time. But if you look again at the fight and the knockout shot, yes, he was wobbled, but the shot that knocked him over was actually to the back of the head.
And that's an illegal shot, isn't it?
That's an illegal shot, so really he shouldn't have got the 8 count. He should have had time to recuperate off that. He probably wouldn't have recuperated, but at the same time, that's the rules.
Yeah, and should have been given that opportunity to at least have that time to try. I feel like he stock rose during that fight, so because of it's not always if you're about winning and losing them, well, you can lose in style and still go on to do great things. Do you think for Yarde that's still in place?
Yeah, definitely. Like the man's very talented. I've watched him quite a lot of his career. Obviously knowing Tunde as well. Tunde, what a great guy he is. Lovely guy. Great coach, great trainer. He done the right thing, I think, by throwing the towel in. But yeah, he'll come back. People like Anthony Yarde, he's got a no regret attitude, and he's always going to come back. When he comes back, he's even more hungrier. So one day he will be a champ.
One blessing that we left early was your mate Jake Paul faced off with Tommy Fury. We got in for the end of that face-off. And I know you're not a lover of talking about this side of things, but do you actually think that fight is actually going to happen, third time lucky? The fact that they've now come face to face.
It's got to, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so now.
It's got to happen now.
Do you see Tommy winning?
There's a lot of pressure on Tommy.
Yeah.
He's the actual boxer. It's a banana skin fight for Tommy. Like, if he wins, then so what? It's Jake Paul. If he loses, well, you got beat by a YouTuber. Not really a win-win situation.
Exactly. Because, like you said, if he wins, everyone will be like, "Yeah, you was meant to win." It's just Jake Paul, and if he loses, that's probably his boxing career over.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of pressure.
And obviously, that's without the family name as well.
Exactly.
So, yes, if that was me and the money would be pretty good, but would I be happy to take that fight? Possibly not, because of I'm not actually gaining anything in boxing. Yeah, wages and money, yeah, but actually evolving yourself to be a boxer, is it actually going to work for him?
And talking of the family name, we still haven't heard nothing official for Fury Usyk. What do you think's taking so long?
So I read something today, and there should be news some point this week. They're looking around April. So yeah, so keep your eyes open this week. They're not sure if it's going to be in Wembley or the Middle East yet.
Right. So that's probably what they're just finalising. It's probably made. They're just probably working out where.
Yeah, so it's just all the little bits.
Yeah. Well, brilliant, Matt. Well, thank you for your time this week.
No worries.
I'd like to show we're both. I think we're both getting over our black cam experience.
Oh, it's so bad, isn't it? Like, how do they? Oh, I don't even want to get into it. Don't even get in. Like, I was so angry but laughing at the same time. Lee was cracking up on the train at me. But yeah. So yeah, guys, make sure you like, follow, subscribe. All our social media networks are all there. I've personally got some big news hopefully coming up in the next month or two. I will keep you updated on that. So yeah, we'll get moving.
And remember, if you want to come on and share your experience in boxing, as Matt just said, hit us up. We're more than happy to have anyone come on and share their experiences. So take care till next week.